Hey guys, it's me Jenna and welcome to this Saturday's video. So if you've been keeping up with the diet culture recently, you've probably seen so much stuff on intermittent fasting. Well, in a nutshell, intermittent fasting is not a diet, but a lifestyle in which you do not eat for certain parts of the day. You remain fasted. During these fasted periods, you cannot eat or drink anything besides water, coffee, and I think some teas. But it doesn't really matter for me because the only thing I drink out of all those is water. There are many different types of intermittent fasting, such as the OMAD, which is only eating one meal a day, or 16-8, which is what I'm doing, in which you eat during 8 hours of the day and you fast for the other 16 hours. Now, I don't do 16-8 perfectly. It just depends on how my family's schedule is. Now, I have tried intermittent fasting for like an extended period of time. One other time, at the beginning of the coronavirus quarantine, I did intermittent fasting for 2 weeks or so. I thought I did it. Turns out that I was kind of ruining any progress by eating a Flintstone vitamin, which has calories in it, and putting Crystal Light flavor packets in my water, which have, although only a little, but still, they have some grams of carbs in them. That was kind of ruining the whole concept of the, don't really eat or drink anything with calories or carbs or any of that stuff. So now I am retrying this diet while only drinking water. I'm not even going to chew gum during the fasted period. So let's just see how the second time around works. There are many iPhone apps in which you can track your progress while intermittent fasting. Most of them will have like a timer with like last meal eaten and then like the time or like you can fast in and then the time. The app that I chose after scrolling through hundreds of apps on the App Store is the app Simple. It honestly is really simple. This video is not an ad, by the way, just as a disclaimer. But hey, Simple, if you want to sponsor me, you definitely are welcome to. I really like how they break down the steps of intermittent fasting, and every single day they give you like new insights and different like tips and tricks and facts about intermittent fasting, and it's just really helpful, and I have learned so much, such as the benefits of intermittent fasting, which I'm going to rattle off for you right now. First of all, weight loss, because, well, honestly, who wouldn't want to lose weight? I mean, obviously that's not the entire reason why I'm doing this challenge, but dropping a few pounds would be kind of nice. Athletic boost, because intermittent fasting can help you not only lose fat but also build muscle. It will rejuvenate your cells after fasting for a certain period of time. It can give you mental clarity. It's really what my dad just says. It gives you mental clarity because you're just not thinking about food. You're like, okay, I'm not going to eat until 1 o'clock. So then the entire morning, you're just not going to think about food. Maybe that is where like the extra focus comes in. Intermittent fasting can also prevent a number of medical conditions such as Alzheimer's and diabetes, and it gives your digestive system a rest because your digestive system does not always want to be digesting food. So during your fasting period, you are going to be giving it a breather. Alright, so now that you know what intermittent fasting is, why I'm doing it, and some benefits, let's see how my week goes. Alright, hello everyone. It is 7 days later. I know, some serious time traveling. Today was the 7th and final day of this intermittent fasting for a week challenge, and I am proud to report that I made it all 7 days without breaking the 16-hour fast. Yay! Alright, so here is what all 7 of my days looked like. I'm not going to talk about each one individually because that would make this video like 20 minutes long, and I really don't think that you want to be watching this for that long. Now to talk about if I experienced any of the benefits that I touched on earlier. So in terms of weight loss, I actually did experience this benefit. I lost 2.3 pounds in 7 days, which honestly is pretty impressive in my opinion because it was just 7 days. And I really wanted to touch on this because I thought it was quite interesting that if you look at the weight graph from my Fitbit scale, you will see that my weight consistently went down every single day of the challenge, which I was not expecting because typically your weight fluctuates, like goes like up and down. So I was expecting a graph that was like, but instead my graph looked more like, just kidding, no mushroom cloud at the end. The next benefit I touched on earlier kind of goes with that one, whereas it's athletic boost. I can't say that I felt like Usain Bolt when I was running on the treadmill. Not that kind of an athletic boost, but in terms of losing fat and building muscle, I think I did see some changes for the better. In terms of rejuvenating my cells, I don't know if I benefited from that or not. I mean, maybe I did, but I have no way of knowing. And finally, in terms of mental clarity, I can't say that I experienced some like super IQ when I was doing my schoolwork. Mental clarity might be something that you notice after doing like a month or more of intermittent fasting, but within a week I did not notice any kind of difference with my mental capabilities. Alright, now for the pros and cons of intermittent fasting. So obviously weight loss, but we already talked about that. So the next one was that I wasn't constantly thinking about food. I wasn't like planning my next meal or like the night before, like, oh, what am I gonna have for breakfast tomorrow? Because I knew that, I wasn't gonna eat breakfast. And for the cons, I would not recommend intermittent fasting for someone who eats a lot of meals with their family, because I know that my intermittent fasting was somewhat of a inconvenience, and it's harder to time meals as a family when one person just like can't eat until a certain time. The next con was that I was constantly tempted by Paxton.
Oh. Jenna, do you want some of your favorite Twinkie cereal for breakfast?
That's so tempting, but I'm doing my intermittent fasting this week for a YouTube video, and I kind of can't break it, so sorry, but I'll pass. Another con I didn't necessarily experience this time around with intermittent fasting, but in a previous time, was lightheadedness. I have a very low blood pressure and low heart rate, and the two of those do not mix well, and oftentimes when I don't eat or drink enough, I feel very lightheaded, like I'm gonna pass out. But I feel as though I avoided that feeling this week because I was constantly reminding myself to drink more water. And finally, yet another con that I did not necessarily experience that much this week, but I have in the past, is being hangry. If you don't know what I mean, hangry is a combination of being hungry and angry. And yes, in the past I have gotten cranky when I have gone for 16 hours or more without food. What?
I have a question.
I'm trying to do homework. Can't you see that? Please leave me alone.
No.
I said it nicely before. Leave me alone!
What if I didn't?
Get out. Get out! However, this week I think I was a lot better, but I don't know, I'll have to ask my family. Alright, the final thing I wanted to share with you guys is tips for doing intermittent fasting. First of all, make sure you drink enough water. On the days that I knew I drank enough water, I consistently felt better throughout the fasted period. It definitely can help you feel fuller and not as hungry. Secondly, if you really have problems with like almost going and eating a bite during your fasted state, I would recommend either brushing your teeth or wearing retainers, two different things that kind of stop you from eating. And finally, in order to see maximum results, I would recommend doing some form of exercise during your fasted state. It doesn't have to be a huge amount of exercise. If you remember from the clip earlier in the video when I talked about the types of exercise I did each day of the challenge, some days I did lifting weights, other days I ran like 5 miles, some days I just went on a walk. It doesn't have to be anything extreme or invasive, just make sure you move your body during the fasted period. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more fitness, workout, food challenges in the future, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down there. I will see you guys next Saturday. Bye!